published in 1902, the story of Mary MacLane was an overnight sensation. This poetic manifesto, written by a Montana girl barely out of high school, created a new script for American womanhood. MacLane clubs around the country sprang up to imitate her bold pronouncements of selfhood, while writers looked to her rhythmic inventions for inspiration. By revealing her unmasked innermost thoughts, MacLane delivered a glimpse of American womanhood that had never been seen before.
There would be these groups would get together and emulate what MacLane is doing, and part of it is exactly a permission that by MacLane's being able to reveal all parts of the self, all the good and all the bad and all the depth, and more important than any kind of goodness is the intensity of feeling. All of these lines about I can feel, this is what makes me a genius, is I can feel. That allowed a kind of permission for these young girls and young women to be able to start to access that level of depth in themselves and to write about it, or at least to just experience it and to begin to experience the world in a different way. I think to some readers she gave a sense of what the mystery, what is this mystery that is woman, right? So it's not just girls reading her, everybody's reading her. And some people are really offended by what they're reading. Some people feel like they just got a secret glimpse into what it is, what this young womanhood is really all about. And they're either shocked by it or titillated by it or something. But everyone, she just tapped into everybody's response, or many, 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 many people's response. Her numbers, 80,000 books in the first month that it was published, those numbers are extraordinary. Those would be extraordinary today. And so she really had this, she just hit at the exact right moment.
Mary's Scottish father, Flatboat MacLane, began amassing wealth as a speculator in the California gold rush. While Mary was growing up in Fergus Falls, Minnesota, he was the largest rafter on what the Native Americans called the Red River of the North. Without the benefit of Canadian or United States citizenship, he ferried fresh produce and groceries across the border into Winnipeg, shrewdly avoiding deportation by employing hired men for the border crossings. His steamboat, capable of carrying 250 tons, was named Alpha. This legendary father, representing an earlier, more vivid, adventurous world, died when Mary was 8. Margaret MacLane, married since the age of 16, remarried her husband's business associate before the year was out. Henry Clens was a 26-year-old inventor and photographer of the railroads, 10 years her junior. By marrying the widow, he acquired 4 children and a considerable fortune. Clens initiated a move to the small town of Great Falls in the central Montana Territory. Following the 1887 arrival of the railroad, this strategically planned town was rumored to be a sure bet for economic expansion. Yet 5 years later, Clens's growing fascination with mining speculation resulted in the family's final move to Butte.